LabPal is a tool for researchers, students, and educators to access precise and accurate information quickly. LabPal was developed by Daniel Graham and Zachary Radcliffe and is available for free on the Google Play Store. LabPal is meant to be used in a variety of scientific and educational settings. The app is divided into 4 sections: Element Property Search, Lab Calculator, Dynamic Infrared Spectrum Viewer, and Notes. The Element Property Search provides users with accurate elemental data. When a user begins searching for an element, possible options are displayed below the search bar, narrowing down the results within 1 or 2 letters. After one of the options is selected, the information is loaded from the NIST Atomic Isotope Database and NIST Atomic Ionization Energy Database. This information is separated by collapsible headers so that users may view only the data they wish to see. All data can be cited by copying the citation to the system clipboard. The Element Search section may be used by anyone who needs information about an element's properties, whether it be a researcher performing radioactive dating who needs precise mass and isotope composition data, or a student who forgot the correct ground shell configuration for copper. The Lab Calculator section facilitates good data calculation practices and highly accurate results. The calculator has all the basic functionality of a standard calculator with 2 important additional features. The first is a section in the display for the uncertainty in a measurement. This section allows the user to provide an uncertainty for the measurement they have taken, which the calculator automatically carries to the total uncertainty in the result. For data calculations with multiple operations and many different measurements, manual uncertainty propagation can be a tedious process. By calculating and displaying the uncertainty after each operation, automatic uncertainty propagation gives the user real-time feedback on the uncertainty in their calculations and allows them to spend more time making measurements and less time calculating uncertainty. The second feature is the physical constant search. Users may search for physical constants from the NIST Physical Constants database and use those directly in their calculations. Constants imported from the database are used by the calculator like any measurement taken by the user. The uncertainty of the constant value is propagated like any other measurement. Units are provided next to the constant on the display. The lab calculator has the potential to be used by anyone doing calculation involving measurements. Uncertainty propagation and precise constants are important not only to chemistry, biology, and physics, but any research or calculation involving measurement. The IR View section aids users in the identification of pure compounds as well as mixtures by infrared spectroscopy. Using the search bar, theoretical infrared spectra for molecules in the NIST Computational Chemistry database can be added to the graph. Multiple molecules may be overlaid at once to simulate the infrared spectrum of a mixed compound. Each molecule displayed on the graph is listed at the bottom of the screen, along with a relative signal strength percentage. Users may adjust the peak height of the signals in real time by changing the relative signal strength value. One way researchers could use the IR View section is to help them characterize an experimental infrared spectrum they have taken. By comparing peaks in the experimental spectrum to a spectrum created in the IR View section of LabPal, a researcher may discover leftover reagent or other contaminants in their product. For example, if a researcher is looking at an experimental spectrum for what they think is ethane, but there are several peaks in their experimental IR spectrum that don't match ethane vibrational modes, they may use LabPal to help them identify where those peaks come from. A researcher would start by adding the expected product, ethane, to the theoretical IR on LabPal. Then, by adding and removing possible impurities to the theoretical spectrum, they could determine which impurities had likely contaminated the compound. LabPal also uses the LabPal Android charts graphing library, which provides easy zoom and graph navigation features. The Notes section provides users a very simple and quick way of tracking minor changes in experiments or storing lab instruction for easy access. Notes can be shared through email or text message by tapping the Share button. The Notes tab may also be useful for exporting citations copied from the Element Search page and sent using the Share button.